All right, Classic FM 94.3 Abuja, the station that plays every song. You know, the Classic Lounge where you're at on a Thursday. It's the 30th day of the month of May 2024. We're counting down, of course, to the end of the month. My name is Faith. It is a Classic Lounge, and we are starting off this morning with an interview. I have in the studio the Force Public Relations Officer, that is ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, the whole world.
Oh, wow, the whole world. Okay. How are you doing?
Very fine. Fantastic.
Okay. And usually where I see you is on social media, but it's good to have you in the studio.
So you see me live.
Yes, I'm seeing you live now. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to be starting off with, today is talking basically about, the IGP and whatever reforms, he has been able to put together in the last 1 year. He took over office in June last year. So we are taking stock of 1 year of this administration, and well, thankfully, it is also 1 year of the IGP on the saddle of the Nigerian Police Force. So we'll start off with talking about that 1 year, how you think it has been, so far, and what reforms you would be able to say that he has brought to the Nigerian Police Force, in the last 1 year. Let's start off with that.
Well, let's start by commending the effort of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, DCFR, for taking that bold decision of appointing the Inspector General of Police, the one I describe as the right peg in the right hole. Across the security circle in the country, the President took his time to appoint commanders, starting from the CDS, Chief of Army, Navy, Air Force, and all of them. These are senior officers that are very fantastic. That is one thing. I want to commend him for that, not taking a wrong step. He has done it well in that regard. And once you have the right peg in the right hole, I think everything will work well. The 22nd Indigenous Inspector General of Police, in person of IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetukun, big deal PM, is a very highly cerebral person, very passionate about this job, and of course he's someone who is visionary about it, and he has passion to reform the police in line with the agenda of the federal government to reform the police. We've been saying it over a long time. We want to reform, not a lip service this time around. We are very serious about it. The federal government has set up a committee, and we have the ministry this time around. We have our own Ministry of Police Affairs. We have two ministers, the substantive minister and the Minister of State for Police Affairs. So the two of them are working well to make sure we get it right. These are the people that are giving us the political will and the political platform to perform. Whatever we want to get from the federal government will go through the ministry, because we can't go to the Federal Executive Council meeting. It's the ministers that will go. And so far, so good. We are not doing bad. As per reform and certain policies we have put in place to make sure we shape on the system, and we have people-oriented and people-friendly Nigerian police force. The IGP came on board with a vision statement. We want to in place that police institution that is professionally competent, rule of law compliant, service-driven, and people-friendly, in such a way that will respond adequately and properly to the dynamics of crime and criminality in Nigeria. If you study the vision statement, it goes a long way. Underline phrases, underline the clauses, underline the words, underline the adjectives, everything there. Study this. You're going to understand that this man has come on board with a vision, and he has the mindset of what he's going to do. The IGP has put everything in place. Talking of welfare of the police, you just agree with me that our men suffer a lot, particularly when it comes to issue of shelter. That is accommodation, barracks. Also, our barracks are high solans.
I know there are barracks being fixed in Lagos right now.
So the IGP has done that. For the first time, the Nigerian Police Force had the first ever Nigerian Police Housing Summit. We called experts. All of them should come together. Fine, we have pieces of land across the country. How can we actually utilize our land to make sure we have a better accommodation system for our officers? This has been done. For the first time in this show, Nigerian Police Force, The IGP has been able to get the approval and confirmation certification of Nigerian Police Insurance Company Limited. We expect every policeman to be insured. Anything can happen at any time. If you're not insured, you don't have the zeal, you don't have the guts to go out there and fight. Because when you are in the battlefield, you are fighting, you consider if I have injury, you go carry me or this wala, then you can check out. But once you know that insured, if anything happens to you, the government will take care of it, your institution will take care of it. I think you're going to have the zeal to do the job the way it should be done at any point in time. So we have Nigerian Police Insurance Company Limited, and so far so good. The IGP has been able to take care of the payments and entitlements of our fallen heroes and those who are permanent deformity. Their beneficiaries have been coming. At least the IGP has done that like 4 or 5 times. And we're still going to do another one next week. We roll out more than 9 billion naira so far to all of them. This has not happened before because many of them, once you lose an officer, if you're not careful, in the next 10 years, you may not even get entitlement. This is not so palatable. The burial expenses should be given to the family to give them that support. They even have the burial in the first instance. Lay this man to rest, then every other thing will follow. But it's actually been a problem in the past. But now it's not so big. Then talk of having what we call orientation exercise trainings for our men. We need to have behavioral and attitudinal change in the police. We feel sad when we see the way our men behave at times. And
do you feel sad?
I will feel sad. And the IGP will feel sad. Every senior officer, every responsible officer will feel bad when a policeman stretches his hand on the road and they collecting 20 naira. When a policeman carries us whip and beating a fellow Nigerian.
Asking me or telling me to bring my ATM card because it can get POS.
It's not proper. It's not proper. It's a dent on our image. And we are all concerned about it. And the IGP is saying, no, we need to take this men, every police officer, irrespective of your rank.
But is it just about the attitudinal change or also about the welfare of the police? Because if somebody is not paid well enough, there is a tendency for them to want to look. I mean, you know what the economic situation is.
It's not an excuse.
I know it's not an excuse, but I know.
The man you are extorting is the man you are extorting is the same system you
I get it.
The economy is hard on that man you are trying to even extort.
I know.
It's somebody
but I'm
like
asking about the welfare of the police here now too. Is that something that the IGP is also working? You're talking about you've talked about the pension, you talked about the insurance, fantastic, and the housing. So I'm talking about, take home as well.
The major thing, it's not the prerogative of the Inspector General of Police. Let us get it right. People always eat blames on us, police and all. No. Let us channel all these allegations to right directions. People should speak for us. Let us talk to the government. The IGP, as a person, we want to do this, but it's not the one that's going to cough out money to do all this.
No, of course.
He can only facilitate talking to people and lobby. Lobby is allowed anywhere. You can go to national assembly.
That's what I'm asking.
Nigerians have honorable members, they have senators, they have ministers who can actually understand the problem we face in the police and speak for us. In most cases, they cannot speak, but people should be speaking for us. That you take it as a civil responsibility to speak for their own police. Your police is your image anywhere in the world. We take glory, we take everything when we are abroad, but police is not so honored in Nigeria, in its fatherland. Why? That is the question.
I think you're in a better position to answer that question, but we'll get back to that right after when we turn from the news. There's a lot to talk about. So talking about, the image of the police, why you feel that the people are not, speaking up for the police or treating the police right. That is a conversation that we definitely will have at the end of the break, because we have to go for the headline news now. So stay with Classic FM 94.3 Abuja, the station that plays every song you know. So before we, took the news, we were talking about, the way the people view the Nigerian police, and then you were asking why. The people don't speak up for the police. The people do not, take on the cause of the police, knowing that the police has such an important job of securing, their lives and serving, the people. And you asked that question, but I'm going to direct that question, to you once more. Why you think that is? Because yes, I do know that the Nigerian citizens, a lot of them view the police with suspicion, view the police with distrust, and sometimes for good reason, as well. But you are wondering why, and Whose fault do you think it is that the Nigerian people do not take it as a point of responsibility to speak up for the police or to care about the police? Whose fault do you think it is that they do not trust the police?
It's a general problem. Trust deficit, the trust and the legs. It's not a new thing. Even in the Bible, it's been like that, and it's part of our system in Africa and all over the world. It's not limited to this country. You don't expect everybody to love a law enforcer. It's not possible. When you enforce the law, you tend to be the problem and the target of criticism, attack, abuse, and what have you from anybody. Enforcing the law is a great problem. So don't expect the so-called potential criminal or suspecting criminal, a lawbreaker to just love you and jump at you.
Are you saying all Nigerians are lawbreakers and criminals or potential criminals?
No. You don't expect I use article A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because if we're looking at most of the Nigerian people looking at you like that.
You don't expect a lawbreaker to jump at you. Nobody's saying all Nigerians.
But most Nigerians view you like that, even the ones that are not lawbreakers.
You don't expect them. How do you know? How do you assess someone that's not a lawbreaker?
So you view every Nigerian as a potential lawbreaker.
Almost everybody commits an offense in Nigeria, even traffic offense.
Do you commit offenses?
The simplest one. I'm a law enforcer. I'm not expected to.
Well, most of you break the law
because I'm expected to be above board.
But most of you do. Most of you drive one way, drive against traffic.
It's a personal thing, and sometimes it can be a societal thing, and it's a general problem. If law enforcers break the law, it's a problem. You should know there's a problem somewhere. So generally, we don't expect people to just give you 100% kudos because it's a law enforcement agency and it's a natural thing. And let me say again that people forget that you cannot separate the police system from our general system in this country. It's part of us. You can't spell a woman without man. You can't spell she without e. These are two entities that are inseparable. People should know. But they've forgotten that they always give us bad elements from their homes to join the police.
So you're blaming the people for how the police relates with Nigerians. Basically, this has no fault. It's Nigerians' fault.
I'm not talking of leadership now. Let's start from recruitment system. How do you recruit people into the police?
But that is your duty. This is the police that takes care of that. It is not the people that do that.
It's not what we do. It's not what we do alone. Let me learn so that I can understand. Because I know you don't understand. No, you don't understand. So listen, let me educate you and let me educate people.
No, because when you say something that sounds misinforming, I have to call you out.
It's not misinforming because you didn't allow me to learn. So let me learn so that I can get the message. When you want to do recruitment, the application line is online or anywhere. Before now, when I join is hard copy, I will feel like going something, but now it's online. Then they give you the form to print. Go and give to 3 prominent Nigerians to recommend. Apart from whatever we do, whether you want to screen them, want to go and do profile them and do this, people must still recommend them to us. It's a normal thing. A king is expected to be the owner of that domain should recommend you as an applicant. A local government chairman, chief security officer of your local government should recommend you. There's an officer not below the rank of CSP, most cases we say an ACP or it's equivalent in the military to recommend you. My sister, these 3 people in every community are expected to be above board and suspicion. A king, a prominent king cannot recommend somebody to me as a fine. Even if I want to do my profile, I say, oh, easy, Emir Kabisi has done this. Local government chairman is recommending. It goes a long way. We take it for granted because you have not been arresting those who sponsor bad elements for us to join the police.
So have you not
by the time we start looking into that, because you sign guarantor form, what is it to sign guarantor form? You are invariably taking responsibility of whatever that employer or employee is doing. So you I think police should look into that direction. That okay, you have sponsored this boy, and this boy has gone to training school to go and steal. You can't do 100% profiling, but we want people to always push good elements to us to come and join the police. Because it's going to be, you can't expect me to mold or remold somebody that is bad, and you know it is bad. It is quite condemned in the family. And you will say, okay, don't worry, I will go and tell you to police. Police will not reform. I will not reshaping your boy in just 6 months. Don't forget the training of recruitment.
It's just for 6 months. Yes, because of time, we need to like chop. Because I'm trying to understand, where exactly. Now I understand the recruitment issue that you have explained, and how there has to be more checks and balances and holding people responsible. And that is why I was asking. So why is the police not going forth with that? But you said that you're something that you're going to be recommending. So are you going to push for that recommendation?
No, I will do it. I will always say it, and we have selection board now. We have recruitment board now comprising service commission and the police. It's one that I've been saying, and I'm still going to continue. Now the process is on. And I'm still going to tell them that, come, we can't rule out that we're going to have 100% perfection in this recruitment. But whoever, any guarantor that has sent a bad candidate to us should be punished. It's a matter of, it's not, there's no sentiment in law.
Make sure there are consequences.
There should be consequences. You can't just know that this boy is bad, because definitely you know your boy, you know your girl, you know your child than me. And you are still recommending, and the pressure, my sister, the pressure on it is so much that the father will go to one senator, will go to one governor, will go to this. I want my son in the police, but despite the father, he's a bad boy. Police job is a serious job. It's a special profession that's not for Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Also, how much training does the police do? You're talking about how this new IGP is pushing forward training. Aside the training to get in, the 6 months that you said, is there continuous training of police officers?
What I'm saying is the IGP has taken it as a responsibility enough that every police officer must attend a course or courses 3 times in a year. It is important, whatever it is, whatever course you want to call it, whatever duration you want to have it, a 2-day workshop or 3-day workshop. Every police officer must attend 2 or 3 courses in a year. It is important. It is not like that before. You see somebody from constable to inspector, he has not attended any course. The moment he left police training school or college, he has not even attended any course again. It's not proper. You are getting home delivery promotion, you are getting from constable to corporal to sergeant to inspector, yet you have not attended any course. It's not normal in the normal system. So that's what the IGP is saying now. And we thank God we have a very good and brilliant person in charge of the Department of Training and Development, the 3-time first PRO, Frank Omba, MNI. Is the
we love him
now. So with PR perspective, with PR principles, he comes up with ideas on a regular basis,
Let's talk about
daily
PR.
basis, to tell the IGP that this is what we should
Let's
do.
talk about
Feedback
PR.
too. So he has taken it as a responsibility as a PR guru that no, we should have it better in the police.
Absolutely.
So it's a good combination now.
And yeah, it's a great combination. I have had Frank Omba here before in the studio, when he was the first public relations officer, and he did live huge shoes, to fill. I mean, one of the interesting things is that I think it was in 2017 there was a particular ranking of the Nigerian police force being about the worst in Africa, and then in 2019 Serap also put up a survey talking about how the police was the most corrupt institution, looking at about 4 or 5 institutions in Nigeria. The police came out on top as the most corrupt institution in Nigeria. And if you ask the Nigerian people how they feel about the police, it's like, oh, please, you know what, I would rather not have anything to do with the police. And like I said, for good reason, because, sometimes you hear about some things and, sometimes it gets a bit scary, even for the people. But one of the things, that also, helps when you're talking about bridging the gap and being able to create some sort of trust. Because no matter, you were talking about potential criminals cannot the police and things like that. And that's what I was trying to clarify, that all the Nigerians that are skeptical about the police are not potential criminals. And it's not right if you classify them like that. You, as a force public relations officer, you have a very, very big job, which is to be the face of the police, to be the spokesperson of the police that makes the police more personable. One of the lines the police force comes out with is, the police is your friend, right? Do you think you do that enough?
Police is a friend, is his own hold. If you think of what
so how do you want to change it?
You think of
before you change it, let's just focus on that first, so that we're not.
Don't worry, we'll go for public hearing before we change
okay, exactly. So before so it's not like national. But let's talk about that.
There are so many things we need to put in place for Nigerians to understand the system in the 4 systems. Many Nigerians don't understand certain things about our legal framework. They tend to heap blames on the police.
You're just blaming the people all the time.
Listen, it's what I know they don't know.
So the police has no fault at
I'm
all.
not saying police don't have faults.
I'm not saying a question about you, and you're blaming the people.
Listen. I'm not blaming anybody. Listen to me. Always let me land. I'm a guest here. Always let me land.
You're a guest.
Have invited me to come and educate Nigerians. Listen to me.
You are answering in another way.
You invited me to come and educate people, and let me land. I am an assistant commissioner of police. I spent almost 19 years in this job, so I've seen it all.
So I can ask you questions.
I've been in PR for 17 years and 18 years in the police, so I'm in PR line. So I know what I'm saying. It's what I've seen. Many Nigerians that attack the police attack because they don't understand the framework and they don't get it right. For instance, a policeman one time stopped somebody for carrying a pet dog, and they are started abusing the policeman. What's the problem? Why are you stopping somebody who is going with his own pet? But behold, the man said he is not aware there is act dog. If you don't understand the law, when a policeman is actually acting and performing his duty, you think he's doing the wrong thing. The video went viral, and they was like saying, "No, let us attack these policemen because they want to collect money, and that is why they are demanding for certificates for rearing a dog or for being in possession of a dog." There is dog art in Nigeria, and many don't even know. How many dogs have you seen hanging ID card on his neck? And if you arrest the owner will tell you have come to collect money again. It's one of the reasons. We don't understand the legal framework in most cases. And all law enforcement officers will be seen as their enemies because if you are doing the right thing, what the law says you should do, they will tell you that no, you are doing the wrong thing because you don't understand what the law is saying. That's a typical example. We see letter writers. You see them when you go into any court premises, anywhere, they will be beckoning on you to come and type. How many letter writers you see with their typewriters? How many of them have the license? And there's a law. I'm sure even you may not be aware of that.
But that's not the question I asked you.
No. You are taking.
You don't answer the question I asked you.
No. If the police want to educate Nigeria and change their perception, it's going to be holistic. It's not what you're going to sit down here with this short program and say you want to analyze the problem we have. It's complex, multifaceted.
The question I asked, let me go back to the question so that you can answer the question.
What's the question you want to ask?
I asked you, as the first public relations officer,
yes,
what you are doing, right? If you think that you have been able to help improve the image of the police, because that's who you are, the image maker of the police, when you talk about building relationship, because it is not always about punitive measures. You're talking about education. A lot of the times in Nigeria, and it's not just in Nigerian police, whether you're talking about leaders or other security outfits, it is always seen as the best way to get across your message is a punitive measure. It doesn't have to be that all the time, because Nigerians are not animals. So I'm asking you, how are you bridging the gap of trust as a first public relations officer? That was the question I asked you.
Okay. We'll have community engagement on a regular basis. I'm sure you know the police is not very active on social media. Whatever it is, all our handles are active and we engage Nigerians on a regular basis. We have improved our complaint management skills. This time around, we have complaint response unit in all commands, as stipulated by the relevant sections of the Nigerian Police Act 2020. It has never been like that. Before, we only had complaint response unit in Abuja. Domicile at the force headquarters. We don't expect people from Ebonyi to come to Abuja to come and complain, whatever it is. So we have made it easier for people to have direct access to us and their complaints attended to on time. Despite the fact that people will still think, I don't want to report because I don't want police problem. Or if they have collected money from me and I still go to the police now, it's another problem. No. You don't need to come to me before you lodge your complaint. The email address of the police is there. All our handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, everything is active. And people talk to us. You don't need to come.
Have people been using it?
Yeah, people have been using it. Before, they will ask you to drive down from anywhere you have, maybe from Kogi or from Borno, to come and write statement physically. Yes, we have stopped that. It's not compulsory. You can do your statement and scan and send to us with print and put it in the file. And you can do Zoom to even do
your people do anonymous tip-offs with the police?
People do. There's nothing we don't experience. Some even want to test you. There's, what do you call this one? Test calls at times to just give fake alerts, give alarm to know whether you're active or not. I gave out my number. My personal number is online. If you Google it now, it's going to be there. If you type my name, ask for my number, it's there. It is not convenient, but it's just to make sure that I get close to people and people have direct access to me to complain to me. I don't sleep until 3 a.m. My sleeping pattern has changed that became the first FPRO because I roll out my number for people to do. How many people can do it? I told one man one day, he said, I missed your call. I said, no, if I roll out your number now, tell Nigerians that you want in charge of palliative. Let us see the calls you are going to receive, whether you're not going to miss calls. So people should just tend to understand that the system is not easy. But we need to do what we should to make sure that we have a better system in this country. But we should stop heaping blames on the police unreasonably. It's not fair.
You think it's unreasonable?
Yes, most cases, mark my word, please. I'm a complicator. Most cases, those who elect the police don't understand the legal framework. They don't understand how the system works in the country, and that's why they always heap blames on the police. If somebody is detained, another thing that you don't understand, the law says that if you have a man in the possession of 10 human skulls, even you seated here in the studio, if you see a man, I parade a man now that is in possession of 10 human skulls, the first thing is, oh, terrible. This man must have killed these people. Can they kill this man? This is not normal. How can you kill 10 people? The conclusion is that for man to be in possession of 10 human skulls, he must have killed 10 people. But that's not what the law is saying. If that a man is detained and immediately are released, you say, police. That man, listen, because that man, listen, it's important. That man that is in possession of this dead man's skull should have been detained. But the law says it's a billable offense. So if you don't understand that it's a billable offense, the man can be on bail. Despite the fact that he's in possession of 10 human heads, it's a billable offense. But if you release him on bail, I'm sure even you will say, police, why must you release?
Why do you keep saying you're sure? Even me, because you don't know if I.
It's possible. Like it's possible because
exactly,
I can see.
But you can't say even you.
The way you are standing now, I can see that is what you can do.
No, you can't.
I'm 100% sure.
No, you can't.
Psychologically, it's my job.
No, you can't.
Psychologically, it's my job because
that is how I would behave. Can I move on to some other questions?
Please do go.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about the relationship of the police with journalists. Right. In recent times, we have had a number of issues with different journalists and, of course, the Cybercrime Act. So I actually want to talk about that because of time. The most recent one was a few days ago, the ICIR journalists. Okay. So let's talk about that. There are people who have accused the police of trying to clamp down on the freedom of the press. In fact, I think it was a Society for Journalists I was talking about, putting some sort of, title on the IGP, like he's against the press. I want you to address that. What is going on?
The IGP has never gone against the press. We love them, we work with them. In fact, we have defense correspondents, more than 100 of them, that cover the police and the defense. So we work with them. It's not that we don't work with them. The IGP has made the guild of editors on many occasions. But the fact is, people don't know that the Cybercrime Prohibition Act of 2050 or 2024 as amended is a law. If I want to publish a story, I need to get my facts right and balance my story. If you want to write something against me now, you can go ahead and for instance, me was raped to so person. You must have your father, me was actually raped. It's not because you want to defame me or you want to get breaking news and you go ahead to write something that is contrary to the provisions of the law. I know that we have not arrested any journalists without a complaint. Nigerians have the right to complain against any publication if they feel so.
You have petitions for
there's no case we don't have petition. And in most cases, we always honor people by even inviting them. Okay, we have received this petition and also, please can you come and clarify this? Do you know when you turn down this invitation? And when you turn down the invitation, the next thing is to look for court order and to not affect arrest. So I always feel somehow when people write about so person has just been adopted. Police don't adopt.
Was Daniel Ojukwu, for Fitch, was he extended an invitation?
There's nobody. Even what's the name? The owner of FIJ, what's this? Isayo has been invited on several occasions. Up to now, has not turned up.
Maybe because he's not in the country.
It doesn't matter.
But I'm talking about the one of Daniel Ojukwu.
It's the same thing.
Because what he said was that he wasn't when he was invited, he came.
He's not the owner of FIJ. He's just a staff of the FIJ. There's no case against FIJ or any platform that the head or the board, I'm sure you are aware that
But
the
Bukky
chairman of
Shanibare
the
was
board.
there. Yes, she came for your
So
invitation.
if he's the one that puts it, say, okay, I didn't write. Bukky will not take responsibility for that I wrote this thing. There must be a byline to every story. So the byline is that's the reporter is who filed the story should be the one to be interrogated. And so if we invite people, it's not a police.
So we invited Daniel Chukwu and he didn't show up. That was why you picked him up.
According to the information, the report from the National Cyber Crime Center, headed by a commissioner of police, and I think a unit headed by a commissioner of police will know the right thing to do. And if anybody thinks it's not so okay, they can still redress. I don't investigate cases. I'm a PRO. I don't investigate cases. Before I react to issues, I will call them, what is this? And I'm going to tell the world what they have told me about the particular case. So far, so good. All these issues, they have been addressed, they have been attended to. And like the last one is
ICIR. That was a few days ago.
Nuruddin of the
yes, and they were detained for
they were not
7
detained.
hours.
It's interrogation. Don't forget, when you talk of publication, it's an ICT-based investigation. And that's why we use that center. We don't even encourage Tom, Dick, and Harry, the police, to enter into the issue of publication. That's why the IGP has said that let's Cybercrime Center handle it. Then, with what gadgets they have, with applications they have, it's an ICT-based investigation. They're going to get whether it is true or not. Even the petitioner might write wrong information and send to the police to investigate. If we want to inconvenience the police in the investigation, it's our job to make sure we do due diligence to this investigation to know whether even the petitioner. And I told them that there is a case now that a petitioner too has lied to the police concerning a matter. So when you have a case like this, your job is to make sure that you investigate both sides and get more facts to do justice in this case. We don't hate journalists. We don't hate the press. We work with them on a regular basis. And I can tell you, and you notice that some of these people that always raise allegations like this, the police are this, I want to say they are bloggers. Many of them are bloggers.
So you think Fidge is a blogger?
Many of them are bloggers
ICIR
that they believe that they are more interested in breaking news. I know this classic FM will not publish anything without confirmation.
But ICIR is not a blogger, neither is Fidge.
I'm saying most. I always understand my language, my sister. When I say most cases, I'm not saying affirmatively. I'm saying most cases. So if I say most of them that complain against the police are bloggers, that even at times we don't see any address. There was one we were looking for in Lagos, we couldn't trace any address. And he gave us information that is working to so place. These are the things you don't know because you read about them, you know much about them online. But when we do investigation, we are going to uncover so many things. And we need to work. Police will not fold his arms and see things going like this and turn Nigeria to a state of.
Let me ask you about
internal
security, right? We have seen the military, take over a lot of internal security situations that the police, is constitutionally empowered to actually handle. What do you have to say about that?
Well, most cases where we have the military, you have the police. So there is for now, we don't even discover whether it's my job to do it or it's your job to do it. We collaborate in such a way that we don't, I think I'm going to have a day that we don't need to discriminate between agency or no agency. When I see people fight in the streets, police fighting civil defense fighting this.
But that's why we have the Constitution.
I feel so. But no. We have gone, everybody has, don't forget the military to have the right to have civil aid. So it's not wrong when you see them coming to operate. There's nothing wrong about it. You can't do it alone, it's not possible. What is the strength of the police? What is the strength of the military? What is the strength of customs? What is the strength of immigration? Don't you know we have help? We're giving help to the Federal Road Safety Corps. Can they do it alone? I've not seen where people that harmed attack Federal Road Safety Corps. Will I turn my face away? No. The system must be one, and that's the truth. We report to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So everybody doesn't have their role. Everybody can do.
You have the role, but the role must overlap. That's the truth. With what we have in Nigeria now, the police cannot just stay in Borno and say, I don't need the military. It's not possible. The military cannot stay in Borno. If the military clears a place of terrorists, bandits, and the likes, who takes over is the police. And I can speak with you now, everywhere you have military operation, you are going to see the police working with them. Talk of any operation in the northeast, the northwest, in north central, even in the southeast. We work together.
So speaking about the southeast, I have a question here. Somebody's asking you about, said, please, can you tell us what is currently going on in the southeast regarding the 57th anniversary of the defunct declaration of Biafra? Why was the police not able to prevent such from happening as it has paralyzed activities there this morning?
Southeast, I don't always like to discuss it because it's a very sensitive matter. I see people on asking why we tend to do what we experience in the Southeast. The question has always been like this: we want freedom, we want a better government, we want this, we want that, and we are cleaning ourselves, we are cleaning our own system. I don't know how I want to do it. The cases we see, our officers killed in the Southeast are these evil seeking people and they're evil indigenous. Talking to you as a brother. So I've not seen the rationale behind the same brother, the same sister killing one another in the East. I see it beyond. Now I don't understand because the people that the elders they have called for peace, and many prominent Nigerians from the southeastern part of Nigeria, they are actually not in support of this because I used to go to Imo to go and relax. The best one of the best states having more hospitality business is Imo there. But now the social life is faulty because of all these attacks. People that have business there. So I don't know. Let them tell us why they do this. I don't want to preempt. I don't want to go into that. But it baffles me when we are in a family meeting, we are talking and somebody comes around, the same mother, the same father, you pull out your pistol and you're killing your kinsmen, you're killing your siblings.
So you're saying that the police is basically waiting for the elders
the commissioners of police and all of them they have been working. I know for a very long time we have talked the issue of sit at home on Monday. It's not as
prominent as it used to be.
It used to be, and they have been trying their best possible, but you can't be as fast as somebody who is bent on attacking the institution, attacking the system, attacking the government. I don't know how they want to do it. We lose our men to all this on a regular basis. The military, all of us, we have recorded casualties, and it's quite unfortunate. Even civilians are in the market. Just see the way they attack people in market squares and the like. So I don't know why they are doing that, but I think it's right time we started looking for a way forward to see whether kinetic or non-kinetic, majorly attaining desperate solution to see how they can handle that matter. I don't know why they do that.
Why it happens?
It gives me a concern because the social system, the everything in the Southeast is being affected by all this. And Southeast, I served in Anambra. When I was a copper, I was in Inewi. I was always impressed to go to that Inewi market where they were building, manufacturing, fabricating motor parts, bikes, and the likes. But now they're always scared at times, they are in fears because of all these attacks, stay at home. Economically it's affecting the zone and socially it's affecting the zone. So I think they can just see. And again, I don't know, somebody giving them command, a fugitive giving them command is not in Nigeria, it's somebody abroad enjoying himself, and we dish out instructions, and we in Nigeria will take instruction and we are killing ourselves. Where is the man? Let him come and lead.
Let's talk about the issue of state police. The IGP vehemently says Nigeria is not ready for state police.
IGP is saying that.
So can you clarify?
IGP sent an officer to somewhere, and the officer made a statement, and he has come. The officer has come to clarify that it is his own personal.
So he wasn't speaking for the IGP.
IGP was in Ogun State I think 2 days before that particular incident. And IGP, I released a video to tell Nigerians that this is IGP's position that okay, we are closely monitoring deliberations on the issue of state police. The Nigerian police force has no say than if it's a matter of it's a constitutional matter. If they say today there's going to be state police, let us see how it's going to be run. Let us see how we want to operate. It's not that we're going to stand and say if they pass this today as a bill or as an act, are we going to say no? It's not possible. Now we have a new national anthem. Whether you like it or not, it's now a matter of the heart of the parliament, and it has been assenting to. So everybody must go and learn now, word by word, line by line, and with the tone, correct tone, so that you not go and sing off key when others are singing.
How people will not be arrested if they don't know how to sing it?
No, but you have to know your national anthem.
But let's be sure that you're not. So tell us, you're not arrest people for not knowing how to sing it.
We can only educate Nigerians to know and have the importance of knowing and being able to sing.
So a lot of the conversation that we've been having that seems to be antagonistic is just me trying to ask the Nigerian police as well to be accountable. I would not disprove the fact that the Nigerian police is coming from the society, and we have the societal problem. We have the fact that, you know, a lot of people, yes, break laws. A lot of people do not follow laws or even know that they exist. But it is not something that is done by the people alone. It is something that cuts across, like you have said. And so when you are, you know, ascribing blame to the people and saying that, well, this is their fault, you know, it will be nice if you also say, well, the Nigerian police has this to do and has this to learn. You know, that is basically what I've been asking you to do. And it just feels like I'm trying to antagonize and you see it like I'm trying to antagonize you. Is it that difficult?
No, we're only discussing. We're deliberating.
Is it that difficult for you to accept that the police also has a blame?
Have I ever said that? I'm going to be a foolish PRO to say police doesn't collect money on the road or they don't collect bail. I've never said that.
Oh, somebody's asking this question. Says, my question is on those officers that hide behind the traffic lights and practically extort people. Are they legal officers of the force? Why are they being allowed to rip people off, even when one clearly didn't beat the traffic? And of course, you can't argue with them. This intimidation is a major concern. This is AJ from Kubwa.
Well, I don't know that. All I know is, like I said now, you can see that if somebody breaks the light, it's an offense. But somebody tell you police has arrested me because they want to collect. But I blame the policemen who want to negotiate. A policeman runs into trouble if you want to help. Perhaps they are begging, okay, then if somebody has committed an offense, then go to court. There's no need for unnecessary discussion. By the time you start discussion, I want to appeal to sentiment, you're my brother, I speak your language, the problem will come. That policeman will want to compromise because, okay, he's my brother. Okay, let me give you something. Go and hit, go and have a loan. It's corruption. It's bread. Once somebody has committed an offense, let him go to court. I've arrested many people in Abuja here and I've taken them to court.
Of checking phones. Every time the IGP says, no, the police should not do that, but people, they still do it.
Take what?
You know, checking people's phones and things like that.
It is wrong. It is wrong. I've dismissed people because of this.
So people
we have punished them because of this. People have been reporting. We handle cases, and every day I receive more than 200 cases concerning across the country on my team. Me alone from population department. And I have CRE. If I have CRE today, how many cases you receive today, they will tell me. I have PCB, that's Public Complaint Bureau. I ask them today how many cases per day. We receive complaints on a regular basis. But let me say this. I've told Nigerians and I've advised them, don't give money to any policeman. If he cannot give you a receipt, the Oga, you are giving me 50,000, say your receipt. It is corruption, it's a bribe. Don't give to them. But Nigerians will say because they have guns, they are welding guns, I don't want them to. We can say no. We need to make sacrifices. Take your time, spare your time and follow them. No. Follow them to the station. The highest is that let's go to our station. Follow them to the station. When you get there, always tell Nigerians.
That's the fear. If you get to the station, you may not come out.
No. Don't forget that we have a DPO there, or we have a area commander. If you don't see a DPO, you are going to see a TCO or DTO. There must be a senior officer.
So people should ask for
And when you get to a station, in most cases, you will say that the charge room is close to the DPO's office. Just ask them, I want to see the DPO. I don't think you should abuse them. Don't fight them. Just talk to them quietly. They sense people that are intelligent. They always assess people too. But if you're just ranting and you're saying, oh, they will say, this one, we'll look for another offense. Don't argue with them unnecessarily. Just ask them certain questions, ask them politely.
She said she's been asked to pay 50K because she. Okay, let me just say that's AJ still, you know, giving her report that I know follow is 50,000. But let me ask about this. Sometimes because I've been to the station sometimes as well, and I see that there's no lights. You know, and I've had, you know, people had experiences of saying that, oh, you have to pay for the stationery that you're going to use to write your statements, or you're going to fuel our car. You know, if you want us to come, like you call the police for something. What is the police doing about addressing things like that?
It is wrong. You don't demand money from complainants when they come to the station.
But
I addressed this matter yesterday. When I had the case, I addressed this matter yesterday. Even those that submit petitions, I'm not expected to pay money to anybody. A petition is a correspondent. Drop it. We have published numbers of all the PROs. I told you, work with your PRO. You cannot get a commissioner of police, work with the PRO. When you get to a station and somebody is demanding for something, call the PRO. But because we take things for granted, I would still say it. I know what I'm saying. I published it. Somebody has a number of the PRO. She's telling me that I am here. Don't you have the number of PRO? I have the number, but they said I should not make a call. No. The They know they want to cheat on you. That's why they are working in your psyche not to even make any communication. Your phone is with you. They are not collecting the phone from you, and you have somebody's number you can call us. Sir, I am in social division. They're asking me to drop 10,000 naira because of this complaint. Is it proper? Can I go ahead?
Or to buy fuel because I need you to come to my area.
It's the job of the DPO to make provisions for this. Fine, we know we have challenges. But the man who has come to you, who has seen you as a messiah, who has not come to your station to come seek for help, you don't need to add to his problem. I handled a case one time when somebody was badly injured, blood everywhere, and the man at the counter was still telling that man to go and look for cab. It's not policing, that is wickedness. And we need to understand that we have individuals who misbehave in the police, who are into wickedness, not even policing job. And we need to handle them. So Nigerians should help us. Don't give bribe to them. If you want to give money to any one of them, let them issue you receipts. I don't expect me to go to any shopping mall to buy things I will not get my invoice. It's not proper. So let the man give you receipt. We don't generate revenue in the police. If I thought they want to generate
revenue. They don't generate revenue. So all the money that they collect on the road, where does it go to?
It goes to individuals, and because they give to them. You only empower an individual when you pay bribe, when you pay bail money. That bail money is not going to police force. You don't have separate posts. Don't forget you work for the government. There are some things they need to pay for.
So bail is supposed to be free.
You go to TSC.
So when people pay it, it goes to the individual
you only empower an individual, and that's why I'm saying it's painful that when you
because people are afraid. No. I mean, I don't understand why you don't get that people are scared for their lives because of what they have had to deal with.
Okay, if you're afraid on the road, let's take it one by one. Many people say because I'm on the road with them at their point, they might fire me, they may kill me. But what of when they have taken you to the station?
Yeah, because that one they can even lock you up and you can come out. And they take your phone and everything.
It's not easy that way. They lock you up. When they want to lock you up, every charge room is close to the DPO service. I always tell people, it's what I've done before I joined the police. I was an activist as a student from University of Ibadan. Anytime they want to detain me now, I want to see the DPO.
Like an activist.
I'm an activist. I will tell them I want to see the DPO.
But you're no longer an activist.
No, I can see you're an activist. An activist is somebody who works to liberate people who are suffering. It's our job to liberate people who are suffering. But I will never hide this feeling that I will continue to tell Nigerians that let us do the right thing. Understand your legal framework, so that you not continue to heap blames on security operatives. It's not only me. If road safety officer stops somebody somewhere, you are making a phone call while driving, you know it is wrong. When the road safety officer stops you, an engineer will tell you, why are you stopping me? What's your problem? I'm a friend, get out.
Well, since you say your number is in the public domain, can you give it here?
You should have my number.
Because somebody's asking for your number.
I want to even tell so that I can know. Let's Google it and let us see the number over there. Type Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the first FPRO number is going to give you the number.
Okay.
It's a number that is known to everybody, and I'm sure Nigerians have my number. So for those who follow us, they know we have the numbers, we have our handles. I'm on Twitter and on Facebook and everywhere. They follow me.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can get your name out. I think it's good like that. Let's just see. Googling, looking for it.
Am I not wasting your time?
Can you just give?
Okay, 08037168147. 08037168147. 08037168147. That is the line.
Okay. So you can always reach him. Well, I'm telling the person that asked for it on WhatsApp. 08037116814.
Those who are calling me now should know I'm in the studio. I can't pick a call. Before they say me one doesn't pick his call. It's not so. When you call us 1, 2, 3 times, you don't.
Do you think Nigeria treats you unfairly?
Drop SMS. Drop SMS because I'm live. They are still trying to call now. I won't pick a call now because I'm on.
Yes.
I want to.
Let me ask you a personal question, right? Because, like I said, I see you on social media.
Yes.
And sometimes you comes across like you are just like, I don't have patience for you people. If you don't know this thing, that's your problem. Like you sometimes you come across as confrontation.
We're in social media.
Is it just because because you don't have the patience for what they're asking you? Or because you feel
Twitter,
like
Twitter is a rough street.
So you are rough.
No. You must be rough on Twitter. You give it rough. Instagram is better. Facebook is, I think, that's one of the best anyway.
So on Twitter you are.
No, Twitter is a rough. So
you are rough with everybody.
And that's what they enjoy. Those who abuse me on Twitter, they give me prizes when they see me. That's the funniest thing. I told somebody today that somebody was abusing me, met me somewhere, and he gave me a t-shirt. So it's a rough place. That's what they enjoy there, and you give it back to them.
You give it rough.
back to back.
Okay, then. Thank you very
Back to
much,
back.
ACP, for coming on the show. Today, this is Classic FM 94.3 Abuja, the station that plays every song I've been speaking with the FCPRO, that's a Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi. Thank you for being on the show, sir.
Thank you.